Good morning, I'm Gary DeWaal, and this is Bridging the Weeks for August 28th to September 8th, and today is September 11th, 2017. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission sued a large precious metal dealer catering to retail clients with engaging in illegal precious metal transactions and fraud. However, the firm claimed its activities were outside the CFTC's jurisdiction. Separately, a U.S. federal court ruled that the Securities and Exchange Commission could charge that spoofing-type conduct constituted market manipulation, while 7 regulators in China banned new initial digital coin offerings. I am just back from a week of hiking the Grand Teton and Yellowstone National Park amidst dead smoke from the terrible fires in Montana. So I can refresh my lungs as soon as possible. Let's get started. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission charged Monex Deposit Company, 2 affiliated companies, and Louis Cabrini and Michael Cabrini, the firm's principals, in a civil complaint with engaging in illegal precious metal transactions with retail clients and fraud. The complaint was filed in a federal court in Illinois. According to the CFTC's complaint, from July 16, 2011 through March 31, 2017, Monex offered leveraged precious metal trading to retail clients through its Atlas trading program. Through this program, charged the CFTC, retail clients would purchase or sell precious metals and pay only a portion of the purchase price and either borrow the difference or borrow the metal. Clients would be subject to margin calls if the value of their account equity declined below a certain level. The CFTC charged that these leveraged purchases and sales to retail clients constituted prohibited off-exchange futures contracts and that Monex operated as a futures commission merchant without required registration. Moreover, the CFTC charged that Atlas customers never took possession or control of precious metals they purchased. In addition, the CFTC claimed that Monex made material misrepresentations in their claims regarding the Atlas program and that the misstatements constituted fraud. The CFTC alleged that 12,000 leveraged Atlas accounts sustained more than $290 million in losses during the relevant period. In a written response, Monex denied the CFTC's allegations, claiming that its physical precious metal transactions were exempt from CFTC jurisdiction and that all its disclosures to customers, quote, satisfy all regulatory requirements, end of quote. The CFTC seeks a cease and desist order, rescission of all contracts and agreements with customers, restoration of all initial payments by customers to Monex, and a civil monetary penalty against all defendants. The U.S. Court in New York hearing the enforcement action by the Securities and Exchange Commission against Leck Securities and Samuel Leck, its 70% owner and chief executive officer, denied the defendant's motion to dismiss, ruling that layering and cross-market manipulation as alleged by the SEC in its complaint can constitute market manipulation in violation of federal securities laws. The SEC sued the Leck defendants on March 10, 2017 for facilitating manipulative trading by Avalon FA Ltd., a non-U.S. entity, and its 2 controlled persons, Nathan Thayer and Serge Pistulnik. In its complaint against the Leck defendants, the SEC alleged that on hundreds of thousands of instances from December 2010 through at least September 2016, Avalon placed false orders in various stocks on one side of a marketplace to drive a stock's price up or down, to trick and induce other market participants to execute against Avalon's bona fide orders for the same stock on the opposite side of the market. In addition, charged the SEC, from April 2012 through December 2015, Avalon bought and sold stocks at losses in order to influence the market for corresponding options on the stocks. Avalon then made a profit by trading these options at artificial prices, said the SEC. The SEC charged that Leck defendants facilitated Avalon's alleged manipulated conduct. In their motion to dismiss, the Leck defendants argued that all of Avalon's layering activity involved legitimate activity. The court rejected these arguments, noting that, in a motion to dismiss, factual assertions are inappropriate. JP Singapore Pte Ltd and Ski Commodities DMCC both agreed to settle disciplinary actions brought by CME Group exchanges that they failed to supervise employees engaged in disruptive trading practices in violation of the exchange rules. JP was charged with failing to provide its traders with guidance regarding the exchange rules and regulations generally, and disruptive trading in particular, and not to supervise its traders' trading activities to ensure their compliance with the exchange rules. To resolve these matters, JP agreed to pay the Commodity Exchange, Inc., and New York Mercantile Exchange combined $55,000 US. Skeet Commodities was separately charged with failing to supervise in connection with the alleged disruptive trading by one of its employees, by also not providing any relevant training to its employees, as well as, quote, by not being familiar with exchange rules, quote, end of quote, generally. Skeet agreed to pay a fine of $30,000 US to resolve this matter. And finally, 7 government regulators in China banned the use of initial digital coin offerings as a fundraising device, i.e. where startups distribute digital coins to investors who make financial contributions using cryptocurrencies. According to the regulators, ICOs are considered illegal and disruptive to economic and financial stability. Moreover, organizations and individuals who previously raised funds through ICOs must refund such funds, quote, to protect investor rights, end of quote. Additionally, all China-based financial institutions and non-banking payment institutions are prohibited going forward providing services to support any ICO. Among the government regulators issuing these prohibitions are the People's Bank of China, the China Banking Regulatory Commission, and the China Securities Regulatory Commission. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Bridging the Week. As always, there's more information in each article and more articles on the article version of Bridging the Week on the website. Check it out. I'm Gary DeWaal. Have a great week, and until the next edition of Bridging the Week, ciao!